This is RTV6 News at 7, working for you.
Good evening and welcome to the News at 7. I'm Rafael Sanchez. A judge and two other men now facing criminal charges in connection to a fight and shooting near Lucas Oil Stadium back in May. It's not only Judge Andrew Adams of Clark County facing legal trouble. Criminal charges have also been filed against two other men, Brandon Kaiser and Alfredo Vasquez. The three now expected to surrender to authorities for their involvement in a fight and shooting that happened on May the 1st outside a White Castle in the downtown Indianapolis area. The prosecutor's office called on two grand juries to review this case.
In situations where it appears to us that self-defense will be an ultimate issue, a potential issue, it is not unprecedented that those are matters that we have presented to the grand jury in the past to let the grand jury sort it out.
The Marion County Grand Jury declined to file charges against another judge, Clark County Judge Bradley Jacobs. New at 7, a man accused of shooting and killing an Indianapolis convenience store clerk will spend more than 52 years in prison. Desi Thomas pleaded guilty to the June 2014 murder of Harry Briggs. Briggs was found shot to death at the Joe's Junction convenience store and gas station on West Troy Avenue and Lyndhurst Drive. He was working as a cashier when he was murdered. Security video showed a suspect identified as Thomas committing the robbery and shooting Briggs. Thomas was arrested 6 weeks after the murder. New tonight, a federal judge has blocked an Indiana law that would ban a second trimester abortion procedure. Supporters of the ban call the procedure abortion dismemberment. That law passed by Indiana this spring was set to take effect on July the 1st. The order putting the law on hold was released hours after the U.S. Supreme Court declined to revive a similar law in Alabama. It is a time of year to get away and enjoy the summer season. Tonight, the latest on a growing scam that's tricking people out of thousands of dollars. The scheme so sophisticated, even the savviest of consumers can become a victim. Call 6 Investigates. Kara Kenny shows you how to protect yourself with a story you will only see on RTV6.
Here's how the scam works. You get a phone call. It's a company. They say they want to buy your timeshare and they offer you a great deal. But you find out later there's a catch. Jenny Ali of Cloverdale has a timeshare in Branson, Missouri, but it's too expensive, so she wants to get rid of it. She got a call from a company who offered to buy her timeshare. Jenny researched the company's name, and it was a legitimate company. Turns out it wasn't. Now Jenny is out the $4,000 in fees the scammers had her send them. The Better Business Bureau says the scam is huge right now as many Hoosiers look to unload timeshares they're not using anymore. What do you want people to know?
I want people to know to be very skeptical and do your research. And again, I did do my research and I still got it. So just make sure that you know for certain what you're dealing with before you ever send that money.
The Better Business Bureau conducted an investigation into a timeshare company called D&W International Closings. Its address, 210 North Meridian. But Call 6 Investigates checked and the business doesn't even exist. Bottom line, there are legitimate businesses who will buy timeshares, but many are a scam. So make sure you know who you're dealing with. Here's how to protect your money. Never wire it, especially overseas. Don't use company that asks you to pay fees up front. And lastly, check out the business first on BBB's Scam Tracker. Kara Kenny, RTV6.
More news at 7 in Carroll County. 36 dogs and other animals will be looking for new homes soon after they were rescued by the sheriff's office, which helped rescue the animals from a home in Camden after a month-long investigation. In May, they received a complaint about animal cruelty at that home. Deputies say the dogs, cats, and chickens on the property were living in what they call putrid conditions. The sheriff's office says homeowners James and Sharon Ballard face numerous criminal charges, including animal cruelty. Amtrak will end its Hoosier State passenger line between Indianapolis and Chicago this Sunday. Amtrak cites the loss of funding in Indiana's new state budget as the reason for the eventual removal of the Hoosier State line. The 4-day-a-week train will not run after June the 30th. That's when the $3 million annual state subsidy comes to an end. Governor Holcomb's administration said the subsidy of about $100 per passenger was too high. There is another Amtrak-operated line going from Indianapolis to Chicago 3 days a week.
We are still over 2 hours away from sunset. It will take a while for these temperatures to cool down. That made it to the low 90s in northeast Indiana. Central portions of the state upper 80s, and we're in the mid 80s right now. 85 in Indianapolis, 3 degrees warmer in Terre Haute. Take today and move it to tomorrow, and Sunday there's a slight change we'll talk about. We'll get into that in a second. Through the evening hours, the thunderstorms that have been to our west are fading away. We'll stay dry and warm. Temperature at 11 o'clock tonight will still be well into the 70s.
I think he made the city and central Indiana better. And he would be too modest to say that. He would be too humble to say that. He would feel this is, dressing it up too much. But he did, because he has a conscience. And he was working to make this area, this city, this region, a better place to live and to work.
That was former RTV6 anchor Dion Willis, a good friend of veteran reporter Derek Thomas. Just a few minutes ago, Derek signed off from RTV6 after serving this station and all of central Indiana for 40 years, 2 months, and 15 days.
Derek Thomas for the news, Channel 6. Derek Thomas for the news, Channel 6.
That was the signature sign-off for Derek Thomas for years. The man for the news began his career at RTV6 back in 1979. He filed more than 12,000 stories over his 40 years at Channel 6. Tonight on the News at 6, he told his viewers, as part of his farewell, he shared his gratitude.
With all due respect to my bosses, I never worked for them. I worked for you, the viewer. I respected you, I trusted you, and I did my best for you. It's great. Thank you. Goodbye.
He's a great guy. 40 years is a testament to his loyalty and his commitment to his craft. And Derek has received well wishes from all across central Indiana today and over the past few weeks, including this one from the Indianapolis Association of Black Journalists.
I'm Steve Jefferson, president of the Indianapolis Association of Black Journalists. On behalf of all of the journalists and public relations specialists here in Indianapolis, we want to congratulate you, Derek Thomas, on more than 40 years reporting here at RTV6. And we'd like to present you with this plaque. Congratulations, sir. We appreciate everything that you've done here in the Indianapolis market.
Thank you very much. I have enjoyed my time here. It's been special from the beginning to the end.
Derek covered stories of all kinds, as you can imagine. Among his specialties was covering the courts in Marion County. Today, Derek received a nod from the Marion County prosecutor for his years of service.
I would like to acknowledge that it's my understanding that this is the final day for work. Derek Thomas, who after 40 years and being a legend here in Indianapolis, is signing off one last time. Derek Thomas, the news. Thank you. Enjoy your retirement.
He is an icon. We wish Derek all the best. He will be missed and leaves behind a legacy of excellence here in the studios and newsroom of RTV6. Derek Thomas for the news, Channel 6. Job well done. Next on the News at 7, shopping online is convenient, but are you being manipulated by retailers eager to seal the deal? Coming up, a study exposes the so-called dark patterns. When the News at 7 continues.
RTV6 is working for you.
This is RTV6 News at 7, working for you.
Tonight, health officials are warning people who attended a wrestling event in southern Indiana to get tested for HIV and hepatitis C due to possible exposure to blood-borne pathogens. This all happened in New Albany in Floyd County, which is near Louisville along the Ohio River. The Floyd County Health Department says those at last Sunday's Welcome to the Rec Room event in New Albany may have been exposed to blood or bodily fluids. The News and Tribune newspaper reports that a complaint from someone who attended triggered that warning. The event's co-promoter, John Glenn, says wrestlers are tested regularly. The California State Assembly has passed a bill banning employers from discriminating against people with natural hair. The Crown Act would be the first statewide ban on natural hair discrimination. The bill says workplace policies can be unfair to African Americans. The bill's sponsor says there are too many reports of black children humiliated because of their natural hair. The bill will go to the governor to be signed. Baby Popeye, the Sailor Man, was onto something. A new study says a chemical in spinach is basically a steroid. Researchers studied 46 men for 10 weeks. They took either a placebo or a supplement of the chemical equivalent to eating 8.8 pounds of spinach. They all did the same workouts. The ones who took the supplement built more muscle. Now, because of that, researchers want the World Anti-Doping Authority to consider adding the chemical to the list of banned substances. Online shoppers, beware of what's called the dark patterns. And that's how Princeton University researchers label what they call dirty tricks used by retailers to make you buy stuff. Researchers studied 11,000 websites and they found more than 1,800 dark patterns. A couple of examples: countdowns that say prices are minutes from going up, and messages that say things like, Tom in Florida just saved $400. We probably don't have to tell you Tom does not exist, and he did not just save $400. Researchers say they've identified about 15 different types of dark patterns. Take a look at this. Some baggage fees continue to be a big money maker for the airlines. U.S. Airlines raked in $1.3 billion in baggage fees in the first quarter of 2019 compared to $1.1 billion during the same period last year. This all according to the Department of Transportation data. Airline baggage fees have been on the rise, with 4 major U.S. airlines increasing those fees last year. By the way, American Airlines made the most money off of baggage fees. Southwest made the list. This story will create a lot of fireworks for people who like to go to concerts. You can get tickets for $25 or less to more than 30 different shows in the Indianapolis area during the Live Nation's 4th of July Ticket Explosion event. So good luck. Those ticket sales start Monday at 10. You have until July the 8th to cash in on that deal. The shows take place at the major local venues: the Ruoff Mortgage Center Music Center, the Farm Bureau Insurance Lawn at White River State Park, and the Old National Center. See a full list of participating shows and purchase tickets by visiting the Ticket Explosion website. Good luck. We have a link on our website, theindychannel.com.
Temperature explosion, not quite. We'll keep it under control around 90 degrees. We can certainly handle that as we move into July. We'll have your July 4th forecast here coming up. Average temperatures are creeping up toward 86, which would be the warmest average high that we have as we go through the weekend and early next week. Model of consistency with highs around 90. Rain chances low. They'll come back up in the middle of next week, though, ahead of the 4th of July. Keep that in mind. But for now, we're dry. As far as that humidity, while you feel that immediately as soon as you step outside, kind of surrounds you, that will combine with the temperatures to make it feel like the mid-90s and in some cases warmer. All indications point toward Monday as being the most uncomfortable day. The warmest afternoon high temperature combined with high humidity give us a heat index value of around 97 degrees. As you look at Monday, there's your predicted high at 91. Factor in the humidity, that pushes it into the upper 90s early next week. I show you the radar, nothing happening within the Hoosier State. They had an area of thunderstorms over in Illinois that's faded away. There's still some thunderstorms around St. Louis. For us, I think any chance for thunderstorms will hold off until we get to the afternoon hours on Sunday. More likely after 1 o'clock through sunset. These will be isolated. Most of us will not have any interruption to our weekend plans. Upper 80s for afternoon highs. Overnight low temperatures don't cool off much, right around 70 degrees, what we expect. As you look at the weekend forecast, temperatures tomorrow and Sunday won't change much. Nice little breeze out of the southwest, and occasional cloud cover dims the sunshine a little bit to give you a break from some of that direct sunshine. Temperatures all across central Indiana close to 90 degrees. No runaway spots. We'll all have dry conditions during the day tomorrow. Sunday, if the thunderstorms develop develop that will impact some of the afternoon highs. It's all during the peak heating hours when some of these will pop up. 7 o'clock in the morning, just some mid to high level clouds. 1 to about 4, you begin to see a little line showing up in Illinois. This should fade, though, as it drops to the south and east. May hold together enough that a few of us have a shower or thunderstorm Sunday afternoon into the evening hours. Monday, Tuesday, still at 90 or above. What increases will be our chance for thunderstorms Wednesday. And as our chance for thunderstorms comes up, temperatures will move back down at least a little bit, back into the middle to upper 80s. You notice a 40% chance of thunderstorms on the 4th of July. Of course, you've got the tradition of Victory Field fireworks after the Indians game, and then the downtown fireworks and in your communities as well. So I think overall we'll just have to keep an eye on the thunderstorms.
An exciting time for festivals and fireworks. We'll see what happens next week. Have a good weekend. Thank you, Kevin. Coming up in Hiring Hoosiers, organizations targeting young adults disengaged from school and the workforce. How they're changing mindsets and skills with the news at 7 continues. Are you ready to jump into the Shark Tank? Not this one, the TV show. It's coming to Indianapolis on Tuesday, July the 16th at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. The gates open at 6 a.m. Wristbands are distributed at 9, and the interviews, they begin at 10. We have more information on how to fill out that application to be on the show on the IndyChannel.com as well as the RTV6 app.
IndyZoo.com.
Hiring Hoosiers, our initiative aimed at connecting you to the tools and the resources to further your education as well as your career. Let's talk about the Pivot Re-Engagement Center on the Far East Side of Indianapolis, targeting young adults who are disengaged from school or the workforce. RTV6's Amanda Starantino shows us how the Power Huddle is preparing young adults to connect skills with passions and workforce needs.
Right now, I call this the redemption stage. I've had a lot of bad things going on, but I'm trying to right it by using all the resources I can get.
Tamia Lewis is finishing up her week-long Power Huddle course at the Pivot Re-Engagement Center located at the Finish Line Boys and Girls Club on the Far East Side.
I came in here to help my boyfriend, and I was going to leave, but it seemed interesting, so I kept coming back. The fact that it seems like there's a lot of positives, it seems like they're very determined to help the youth. It seems like they really care and they don't want to see people down in life. So I was like, this is something I can use.
This 5-day course is here because of a partnership between Employ Indy, Finish Line Boys and Girls Club, and the Community Alliance of the Far East Side. The Power Huddle is a bridge program to help young adults advance their life goals, whether that be getting a GED, getting into a trade school, enrolling in college, or finishing a high school equivalency. Tim Swain facilitates these sessions.
The Power Huddle helps them to go from what's oftentimes a fixed mindset to a growth mindset that enables them to learn, okay, what are the things that I need to know in order to position myself to take advantage of the resources available in my city so I can just, accelerate and advance my life goals.
Throughout the week, participants of this Power Huddle will do different activities to help with their job development plans, like these vision boards where they're quite literally laying out their goals right in front of them.
So at the end of the day, if we can help young individuals get jobs, get trades, and become, to have a skill set where they can engage in systems right now to help stop the cycles of poverty, stop the cycles of, sometimes crime and what may have you, then all we're going to do is just help our city become a stronger city that we want it to become ultimately.
Tamia is looking forward to advancing her career and learned a few things here that will help her reach her goals.
Sometimes you just got to dig deeper to figure out why you're stuck where you are and learn how to get out of that pit. After this, I'm going to keep in contact with them, hopefully get a mentor, finish my college, hopefully get my degree in accounting. So after this program, I definitely plan on doing a lot.
In Indianapolis, I'm Amanda Starantino, RTV6 News.
And thank you so much. If you know someone between the ages of 16 to 24 who is not in school, they are eligible to take advantage in the Power Huddle at the Pivot Re-Engagement Center. It is free, and those who join up will do a one-week course that runs from 10 a.m. to noon. For more information on how to get involved, head to our website, hiringhoosiers.com. We'll be right back.
Only at Zaxby's.
Have you ever wondered how to apply for a job with the U.S. Postal Service? You can get assistance this weekend. The Postal Service will host a job fair at the Columbus Post Office on Jackson Street between tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Postal employees will be on hand with information on completing applications and will also show videos that describe jobs in the Postal Service. Good luck with that, again, from 10 to 2 there in Bartholomew County. All the best of luck on that. Kevin?
Columbus, one of many spots tomorrow that will be close to 90. It is 90 degrees right now in Kokomo. Columbus at 88. Other temperatures in the upper 80s. During the evening hours, we'll only cool to 77 at 11 o'clock. Clouds will begin to fade away, and the 7-day forecast, the subtle change arrives next week. Temperatures will slowly cool back down and rain chances will come back up.
Kevin, thank you so much, and thank you for making RTV6 your choice for news. Congratulations again to our colleague Derek Thomas on 40 years of excellence. The news at 11 tonight. We'll see you tonight.